As most of you know, I recently moved to a different house. Now, the main reason behind that move was to get all the extra garage space. So here we have a 3-car detached garage as well as the 2-car attached garage. So needless to say, we have really more than enough space, but I have not been able to get this thing organized. Now, some of you that have been watching the channel for a really long time may recognize this garage because yes, we have lived here before. Now, last time the way we had the garage set up was completely different. I only parked 2 of our cool cars inside and I did not have near as much tools and equipment. So finding a way to organize these now is a bit of a challenge. At the last house, I finally had it dialed in for the space that we had, but the space was super limited. Here we've got a lot more possibilities, but then again, with this extra space, I would like to keep a lot of the tools that I had out in the detached garage into this main garage here. So I need to come up with some new storage solutions. I also need to fix some other things in here like the lighting. Where we're rolling into winter now, a lot of the videos are gonna be at night and this lighting is just subpar. It's not gonna work. Now, to address all these things, including storage, tool organization, lighting, and a few extra things I'm gonna throw in as well, I've set up a budget for myself of $300. And we're gonna be going to Harbor Freight to see if we can get everything we need to completely transform this garage and get it set up the way that we need with only spending $300. Some of the main goals I have in mind for this project is figuring out how to use this space more efficiently. Right now I just have jacks here. I don't really have anything else for storage. I've got kind of things thrown in places I don't really want them to be. And then I have extra tools upstairs that I'd like to bring down as well too. But I've got this horrible system for some of the power tools I use most. And previously I had them all set up on a pegboard, which was really nice. It kept them out of the way and still extremely accessible. And then I've got all the extra power tools down there. I've got random things like everything I use for fluid change and oil changes down there on the bottom. I've got some additional power tools in there as well, some specialty stuff. So it's all just kind of mixed around. I've got a lot of the extra stuff that I use for ads or video placements, comparisons, different tools, specialty tools, recovery equipment, extra tools down there, more specialty stuff, and then tons of extra Jeep parts, little things that I've used for comparisons or for Amazon videos, anything like that. So this whole space right here is kind of a mess and nothing is really easy to get to. Then we've also got our fluids and everything there. Now my main tool cart that I actually picked up from Harbor Freight in a previous video is still perfect. It's set up fine. Everything I really need to use frequently is there and easy to access. And then on this side, I don't know if there's anything I can do about it, but I've left out the toys, like the toys that my daughter uses frequently, and we need to be able to get out whether there's a car here or not, because I do typically drive the lifted Camaro to work more times than not. So I don't know if there's anything I can do with that. But with this garage, something I really like about it is not only do we have plenty of room up front here to walk through, as you can see, tons of open space and tons of room in between each car, which I really like and really need, because previously at the other garage, I would have to pull out a car to work on anything in the garage. Here, which I've already done a couple times now, I can take the wheels and tires off, leave it up on jack stands, whatever I need to do, and it's super convenient and not in the way. So I'm not gonna mess with anything in between the cars for storage or anything like that. I'm definitely gonna keep everything limited to the edges and the back wall. Now this edge here is completely open, but with the Jeep being wide already and potentially being wider soon, I don't want to use anything on this side. The Camaro is so much narrower than all these other ones. I think it's the perfect one to line up the side here. But like I said, I just don't know if there's much we can do with this space to organize it any better. We're basically just playing Tetris to get everything in line. So the main areas we're going to be focusing on is this whole area here. This stuff is probably going to stay for now. Air compressor is probably going to stay there because it's between the 2 cars I work on most frequently. And then maybe figure something out right here as well. Address the lighting. I do have some things in the other garage I want to address, but we'll probably not be able to get to that with today's budget. Fortunately, I have tons of storage upstairs as well, but there are some things that I need to bring down, stuff that we're going to have to use more frequently. This whole section back here is extra parts and stuff for the Jeep, for the Bronco, everything like that. And I literally just have them thrown up here. I don't need everything back downstairs, but there are a few things that I definitely need to keep downstairs. And then also behind here, I've got more tools and more equipment that I don't use as frequently, but still some stuff that I need to get brought downstairs. So with all that in mind, we're going to Harbor Freight right now, and we're going to see if we can get everything we need in that budget. Now, before we dive too deep into today's video, I've got to introduce you to today's video sponsor, Pelsi. Now, you all should remember Pelsi from one of our previous videos where we covered their air compressor jump starter kit. And for the price, I think that is a hard bargain to beat. But today, we're going to be covering their S3 Touch Smart Wi-Fi dash cam, and it is from their Starlight series. Now, this S3 dash cam has some insane features, but some of the most notable are going to be the 4K resolution. It has Starvis 2, and it also has some pretty insane features for night vision recording. Inside this, you'll see that we have our rear camera right here with our little cover on it. And then in addition to that, we've got our front-facing camera right here. Now, the install for this unit is super easy because they give us everything that we need. They also give us a 128 gigabyte SD card, so that's going to capture all of our footage and hold it there for when we need it. Now that we've got everything out, let's put it together, get it installed, and test out this night vision. I was looking over some extra features, and of course, they have their own app where you can set it up and download your footage straight from the camera. But they also have the advanced driver assistance system, and with it, it's got features like forward collision warning, too close distance warning, pedestrian collision warning, lane departure warning, and front vehicle starts warning. Aside from all that and having the controllability from the screen, it also has full voice control. Now that you can see it's as dark as it's going to get, let's go ahead and put this camera to the test. So hopefully, as you guys can see right now, it is completely pitch black out there, but you can tell that the camera is picking up everything. Now, one thing you should be surprised by is the audio recording here as well. Super clear, super crisp, and I think that's super important, not only for any dash cam, but especially for the ones that I use to record content. Now, I've tested out a lot of these dash cams in the past, and I really think this one hits the nail on the head for three important categories. It's the perfect size, it doesn't block too much of your view whenever you're driving down the road. It actually works the way that they say for number two, and that's super important. There are a lot of these dash cams that offer a ton of features, but they just don't quite work right. And last and certainly not least is going to be the price. These are offered for a killer deal, so if you're interested in getting one of these for yourself, check them out down in the link in the description below. A huge thank you to Pelsi for sending out another awesome product and continuing to support the channel. And just like that, we have made it to Harbor Freight, so let's go in and see what we can find. So the first thing I was looking for is this. I guess it's Yukon branded. Seems kind of cheap, but they're marked down to $99. Then I found these shelves on here. They're $59 for the Yukon one and $29. I got my last set one. I can't remember where it was, but it was only like $30. So tough pill to swallow to pay $59 for one. Now, they've got a decent selection of different garage lights here, but not exactly what I'm looking for. So I think we're gonna have to go with a different solution than what I previously thought. Hopefully it's not more expensive. We've got a lot of options, like those are the 5,000 lumen ones. Those are 10,000 lumen ones. That one's too cheap, that one's too expensive. Then they got a 7,000 lumen one, but it's really short. So maybe that'll work. Well, we had to come to a different Harbor Freight to get one last piece of the puzzle. They were out of the workbenches at the one that I was at, but we've got it, so now we're good to go home. I'll show you what all we got, and we'll try to get this garage all set up. And just like that, we are back. And let me tell you guys, I'm always so surprised how far just a little money will go at Harbor Freight. I mean, we've got this thing pretty much packed full. Now, I'll go ahead and admit, we did go just a hair above budget. Not by much, but I'd say about $20 before tax. Obviously, one of the main pieces we got was that 48-inch workbench, so we got that one. We got the small US General shelf. It's only $29. And we also got the Yukon shelves, which were $60, a little bit more expensive. Like I told you guys, I couldn't decide between the US General and the Yukon ones, so I got both. I can use both of them for sure. I got a manual air hose reel. This will help a lot. For now, I just have the air hose wrapped around the tank, and it's super annoying to wind back up and do all that stuff. So this will hold a 100-foot line, which is what I use. This will be perfect. I think this is $25. And then I got US General's super outlet. So this has got 12 plug-ins along this, and we can mount it to the wall, to the box, to one of the shelves, whatever we want to do. This is super handy, and these are only like $19, and they were doing a special. They give you a hat, nothing crazy this time, but a hat with any purchase over like 50 bucks or something. And then for the lights, I actually got these Bronco 7,000 lumen lights. They're only 2 foot long. I got 2 of them. They were $36 or $37 a piece. Pretty decent. And I think they're gonna be perfect for where I wanna mount them. And this isn't something major. It was only $10. I was gonna use to fill up the budget until I found that pneumatic hose roller. But this is just a little storage box for all of our nuts and bolts. Right now I keep them spread out, and I think this will help consolidate most of the automotive nuts and bolts that I have. So I had to get this. It was only $9. I also got a couple funnels. This shouldn't count towards the total, but they're like $1. And I got another hat because we had to go to 2 places. So that is everything that we've got. The first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and hook up these lights, put them in the place I want to. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the Camaro, probably pull out the Jeep, get that workbench set up, get the other shelves set up, and get everything organized and see what it's actually gonna look like. Now, one of the main reasons I wanted to get these lights specifically, aside from them probably being the perfect size, is because they're motion activated. So the way I plan to hook these up is to just plug them in, and I'm not really gonna have the ability to reach up there and pull a switch, but they do make those sockets that you can control by a remote. So I figured instead of having to do all that, might as well get these that are motion activated, and it would be about the same price. And after spending way more time than what I thought it would take to put all this stuff together, it is finally done. So as you can see, we've got the Yukon bench that we got for only $100 all set up. And I really do like the fact that we can hang up our most used power tools on this pegboard like I got really used to at the last place. Now, this is not the highest quality tool bench that you're going to be able to find, workbench, but it's definitely going to serve the purpose well. Putting it together was super annoying just because it was time consuming. It was extremely simple, but to get something this cheap, I mean, it came in a million pieces. Now, I've got some stuff put underneath it as well. It actually offers a lot of storage underneath on that shelf system. And then it also has storage available under it too, so that's nice for other things that you want to keep out of the way. But for now, I've just got everything that I need to access on it and pretty easy to get to. Aside from that, I reorganized some other things as well. We put all of the jack stands here because they were lined up against the wall, and the floor jacks. I did get the airline roll as well, but I haven't mounted it yet. I want to mount it right here. I think that'd be the best place, but I haven't found the best way to mount it yet, so the airline's still wrapped around the air compressor. A lot of this stuff in this section stayed the same. For the most part, cleaned some stuff out, and then once we got back over to this side, which was a total mess, we got everything reorganized. So I was able to put all the cleaning stuff, the car wash stuff right there in that general area. And then put all the chemicals on the US General tray here. And then you're going to see that we have the Yukon shelf system as well and the US General 12 outlet plug. Now this is a really cool setup. I haven't found the best way to mount it yet. Really what I need it for is for charging up all of our power tool batteries. But that is a steal for $19. So I definitely recommend you all getting them. But once I put the Yukon shelf together, it was really nice to put all of our extra tools and equipment on this side, all of our off-road stuff, a lot of our specialty tools, all the chargers and the helmets. I switched everything over to this side. And then this is basically storage for smaller parts and stuff I need for videos. So it worked out really well. This side, I still have not come up with a solution for it yet. I think this may be the best way, unfortunately, to do it for now. Just play Tetris. So I've got all the bikes and stuff that my daughter gets out and plays with every day. Then I've got all the lawn care equipment pretty much stacked on top of each other here. But it definitely works for now. I have more than enough space, even with the Camaro backed all the way in. And I have enough space here in the front as well. So that's super nice. And then we've got these new garage lights, which I'm actually super impressed with. Now, one thing I am disappointed in is after I got home and installed these, I actually saw the exact same lights, different brand, but same output, same setup for $19 at Northern Tool. So if you are interested in getting some of these, I definitely recommend going to Northern Tool for $19. You can basically get two for the price of one. It was, I guess, a sale, but it looks like it's a sale that goes on most of the time. But with those new lights, I mean, there is plenty of light in here in the garage. I think for $300, we really did transform it because the organization is on a whole new level now. Before, it was a little clustered. It didn't look good on camera, and I wasn't able to get to everything easily. Now, there's no question of that. I can get to everything I need to extremely quickly, put it back up effortlessly. But really, the most important thing and the main thing I was trying to accomplish is it just looks so much better. Now, obviously, this garage is going to be a work in progress for the indefinite future. So if you guys have any other recommendations of really good budget-oriented things I could do to the garage to help get everything organized even better than it is now, or just some accessories you think you absolutely have to have in the garage, be sure to drop them down in the comments below. If we can get a few good comments of things you guys really recommend, I'll make a whole video dedicated on those as well. But for now, that's going to be it. If you guys haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. But until then, Godspeed.